Welcome to this time with Marcus Ekure. Yeah, today we're going to be looking at the sixth experience that will happen to you living in the UK. Now, it has been a series. We started from number 1, so we're looking at the sixth one. Now, the sixth experience you're going to have living in the UK is the UK economy or UK society or environment teaches you to do things on your own. The do-it-yourself mindset is one of the things you're going to get if you get into the UK. You start living in the UK. Now, what do I mean? You see a situation where, in Nigeria, back home, you want to maybe you have need for a carpenter to fix something for you. You have to phone and get a carpenter to come fix it. You want to do maybe tiling, you call a tiler to fix it for you. You want to do some kind of, maybe you want to cut your children's hair, you take them to the salon, and all that kind of stuff. So almost everything we do, you always have people you can call because it's quite affordable and, it's a way of life for us. But the moment you get into the UK, and you look at the billing system, the expenses, and the cost of getting people to come fix these things for you is quite enormous. So because of that, people are compelled to learn to know how to do so many of these things. I give you an instance. Now, I don't know, I've never held a clipper once in my life, but coming to this place and the rate at which people's hair grow here is not same with Nigeria. I don't know the mystery behind that. You barb your hair, within 2 weeks it's already grown, Perhaps it's because of the temperature here, I don't know, but when this hair keep growing so rapidly, and to cut one person's hair, you have to spend 20 pounds. That's equivalent to about maybe 40 to 45,000 in Naira to cut just one of your children's hair. And you have like 3 or 4 children that you need to cut their hair. You'll be cutting their hair regularly. So that what that means is that roughly in a month, every month you'll be spending between the neighborhood of 80 to 120 in cutting your children's hair. So this experience has pushed a lot of people to start acquiring clipper and doing the haircut by themselves. And for those who have done it over time, they've become professional barbers. Isn't that interesting? Now, and myself, I'm using myself as an example, for instance. I cut my son's hair because the few times I invited barbers to come home and do that home service to barb him. So I sat down in each of these occasions to watch the barber do the cutting and all that. So I tried understanding the system, how to do the cutting. I even went on YouTube to watch some videos. So you won't believe if you see my son's hair, the way the kind of cut I gave him today, very excellent kind of cut. That if you see, so in fact, one of my friends saw my son and said, "Oh, I'd like to." In school, one of his friends, one of his classmates, asked him, "Who does your haircut?" And he said, "My dad." He said, "Oh my God, your dad is a good barber." Even a friend of mine also asked me the same question when he saw my son's hair. So that is how it is. People learn to do things on their own here. They are almost jack of all trades because of the costs of getting people to do these things for you. In fact, to even shock you, some persons, now their wives, might be their barber. They barb their hair. For those who be say they carry low cut, as in skin cut, it's even good for them because you not go see any error. Their wife is just, putting in the clipper and shaving them clean. So that is just for haircut. Now, you want to do other things like maybe you clearing your garden. You don't have to get people to come clear your garden. You do it yourself. Like me, I've cut my garden more. I cut my garden myself, So this really has nothing to do with someone being stingy, It's about, economics. That's what it's about. You have to conserve resources because you've got lots of bills coming your way, which you have to take care of at the end of the month. Now, imagine somebody, your house rent is about £1,000 every month, not annually. Because back home in Nigeria, where I used to pay house rents annually, about £1,000, which is equivalent to about, 1.2 million naira every month. That's what you have to pay as house rent. Then you talk of your TV license, because you pay to watch your TV every month, maybe £30, which is equivalent to about 60,000, 60 something thousand naira. Then you talk about your council tax. You pay for your council tax, in respect of your sewage, that the toilet waste, and water system. So you pay for it. You call it council tax. You pay. Some people pay maybe like £150 monthly. That's equivalent to about 300 and something thousand naira. Then you talk about expenses like, before you talk about your road tax for your car, if you have a car, you talk about your insurance. Then you talk about your electricity bill, which runs sometimes into 200, 300 pounds, which is equivalent to about 600,000 naira. So by the time you gross everything together, you're already talking about, almost 2,500 pounds. That's running into about almost 3 million in naira. So this is the reality people face every month. And that's why people are very busy chasing after money. You see somebody having multiple jobs, so they keep thinking, they keep hustling, and they spend limited time, to really rest. So especially if you've not been here for a very long time, you've not attained some level of stability, so that's why people keep thinking of how to get things done by themselves, not necessarily that they are stingy. It's important to explain and get this background clear. And that's why sometimes when I see people who tell you, the other time I made a video that if you get £10, somebody sends you 20,000 naira from the UK, or even 10,000 naira, appreciate it. Because for every penny they get here, their blood drips. They sweat for it. I never understood the word hard-earned money until I came over to the UK. So coming here has exposed me to the fact that most of the monies we make back home is just cheap money. That's just the truth. The hard-earned money is abroad, is here. So that is it. So they learn to do everything. You cut your garden yourself. You do painting. Even if you don't know how to paint, you start learning how to paint. You paint your walls yourself. You barb your children. You cut your children's hair, your husband's hair, even your wife's hair by yourself. And some men even plait their wife's hair to shock you. So you do everything. You become makeup artist. You just go on YouTube and learn how to do everything. So it's a do-it-yourself thing. Your car has fault. Some people even fix their brake pads themselves. They learn it on YouTube. Some even change their oil themselves. They learn it on YouTube. Just get the toolbox. Almost everybody has toolbox here. Yes, any house you knock, you must see a toolbox. But whether you are a woman, a single mother, or whatever, everybody has a toolbox here in the UK, because the system teaches you to do it yourself. So if you don't do it yourself, you're going to end up spending so much and even go into debt trying to fix. Because all these technicians, they are one of the most expensive people in the UK. Now, they be part of the people they make the real money. All these people get skills, electricians, and all that. And that's why you see some of all these TVs. Once your TV just off, inaugurate on again, now to throw them, go buy new one. Once your microwave to throw them, because where you want to go fix them, where are you going to fix it? The cost of even fixing might even be even more expensive than getting a new one. That's why you see a whole lot of all these things. People just give you away, everywhere. So we learn to do things ourselves in the UK. So that's another thing the UK environment is going to teach you. Isn't that interesting? Thanks for watching. See you in the 7th thing the UK will do to you when you live in the UK. My name is still Dr. Marcus Ikore. Thanks for watching and following me. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube, please kindly subscribe at METV. That's small m, big E, small t, and small v. Then hyphen or maybe dash Marcus Ikore. See you at the top. Bye.